Hi everyone, I tried to do this video on Facebook Live, but it didn't work out for obvious reasons. So I'm going to do this here on YouTube and hopefully be more successful, especially since it was as if my throat was closing up. This is a book review as well as, for lack of a better term, a declaration of my spiritual walk. I want to start out by saying that while for the longest time I considered myself a born-again Christian, as years have gone on, I've realized that I'm more spiritual than religious, and that organized religion holds more problems and more questions for me than it does answers. One thing that all the talk of heaven was never able to do for me was quell my almost intense fear of death, which started when I was somewhere about 10 to 12 years old. I would lay awake in my bed thinking, okay, when we die, what if it's just an eternal eternal dreamless sleep, that nothing happens? And I guess even though Christianity tried to teach me about heaven, it just never quite reached my heart, or my soul for that matter. And I continued to be afraid of death, no matter how many denominations I went through, how many Bible studies and all of that. It just never provided an answer. And I just finished an incredibly powerful book. I posted about this on Facebook today. Between Death and Life by Dolores Cannon. It's an amazing piece of work that answers so many questions. One of my other questions was, why would we only get this one life on this planet and then have to move on? What if that wasn't enough for the lessons we learned? And why only one life? It just, I never quite got it. Well, in Dolores's book, I learned that the spiritual realm is an incredible place, and it's somewhere that you go between lives, and you go there carrying lessons from the life that you just completed to move forward to your next life. I know not a lot of people believe in reincarnation, but I do now. And I believe that I will carry things from this life into another one, and that I have lived other lives before this, and while I don't remember them, I know that I lived. I know because I, as a child, about 8, 9 years old, I remember being in the family car going on a trip or something, and I was telling stories as if I had lived an existence as an adult grown man in the army of some kind at some point. And I know my dad was in the army, and some people might be inclined to say, well, that was just you being your dad. Well, I was at an age where, yeah, I knew he was in the army and stuff, but I didn't know enough about his life in the army to idolize it, envy it, whatever. I just knew it as a fact. So it's not like I wanted to follow in my dad's footsteps, so I was making up stories. Besides, I don't even now remember what these stories were. I just know that I was spontaneously telling these things. And I wanted to know why for the longest time. Why I did that. How did it happen when I didn't intentionally make these stories up? They just came out whole cloth, out of the blue. And so in this book, Between Death and Life, I learned that a good reason is quite possibly the fact that my death in the previous life was so recent compared to my childhood that the memories were fresh. It might have seemed like me playing make-believe, but memories from my previous life will actually manifest. I know it sounds incredible to believe, but it honestly makes sense to me. To my mind, to my way of thinking, it makes sense. And the things I've learned in this book make more sense. A lot of the things I have come to see about organized religion. One of my things with Christianity is what I will call exclusivity. If you don't believe our way, there is something wrong. If you don't believe our way, we have a right to shun it. And I don't believe humanity should treat their fellow humans that way. We're all supposed to be united as one, helping each other, loving each other, not excluding, hating, judging, or pointing fingers. That's just not how it's meant to be. And so it's not that I hate organized religion. Let me say that right off the bat. It's not that I hate organized religion, because I don't. I just don't like what human beings have done in the name of organized religion. Everything from bigotry and hatred to outright wars. And those things are not what our God, our highest being, our higher power, whatever you want to call him, would want us to do. He wants us to love each other, nurture each other, take care of each other, not even kill. That's why I now declare myself as being spiritual and not religious. I'm on a spiritual walk, a spiritual path. And I don't judge other people for their beliefs. I don't criticize. I don't say my way is right and theirs is wrong. And that being the case, I would please ask that you do the same for me out of respect. Please respect my spiritual walk and know that it is what I need to do. And it is the direction in which I need to go. But this book, I'm telling you, if you have questions about what goes on after death and whether or not we come back to this planet or some other planet, if we live another life, this book will lay it all out. So I highly, highly recommend it. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I took a big step coming out here and doing this. I was afraid of the flack I would get. I was afraid of being told I was backsliding, that I just needed to go to church, read my Bible, and pray. No, that's not going to be enough, because I did it in the past and it never answered my fears of death. I could sit in church listening to a sermon about the joys of going to heaven and be totally afraid of dying. And nothing that the pastor or minister said did anything to soothe or comfort me. And I believe that the people in my life that have left, that have gone on to the other shore, if you will, like my beloved Donna, are watching me and guiding me and taking care of me from where they are in the spiritual realm. And I am grateful for that, and I will continue to open myself up to their guidance, their wisdom, and their love. And again, thank you for watching this video. Be blessed, and know you are loved by me and by the universe.
Speech on. Real life edge. Take picture. Stop recording video. Button.